Okay, welcome to All About the Bay. I'm your host, Paula Joy. Every week, we interview exciting people that are offering exciting products and or services. And today with me is Mai. You'll be amazed at what he has to offer to you, a small business player, okay, in the Bay Area. So this is a game changer. It could be a game changer for you if you take advantage of it. So welcome to the show, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, all right. So I'm excited to talk to you today, man.
Yeah, likewise.
So what do you do, Mike?
Yeah, so at my core, I am a marketing consultant. We help Bay Area businesses with their marketing. Now internally, we actually work on building products. And right now we're working on an AI product that we're trying to build to help businesses make better decision and create faster content.
Okay, AI product. What exactly is AI? Everyone's talking about AI nowadays, just like they talk about crypto and all that stuff. What is exactly AI? And I know when
Yeah.
you go to Google, you start typing stuff, it kind of like things ahead of you. So is that what AI is, or is it more than that?
The definition of AI is very different than if you watch like iRobot, with the Will Smith movie. Not that AI. Now we're not that advanced. The AI that I'm talking about is basically a fancy word of saying machine learning
Right.
or advanced predictability. So basically, what it is that we have a library of information of data, and the AI is basically going through these data and predicting what we are telling it to do. So the easiest example is when you're typing something on your phone
Yes.
and it's predicting what word you're trying to type, like before you even type it.
Right.
That's an example of AI prediction. So it's giving you the probability that if you're typing TH, you're probably typing the. So it's going to probably say maybe it's THE. So what we're doing is maybe 100 times more advanced in terms of instead of just one word, we're
Yes.
trying to predict an entire essay or an entire blog. So you can kind of create content just by giving one or two prompts.
So how advanced is that? Because sometimes that can become very annoying, right? Because that's not
Yeah.
what you want to write. Like today, I was going to write my friend, right? So his name is Boris.
Yeah.
Okay. So I write, hey Boris, I'm going to be at that property today, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then the thing said boring. Okay, I
Yeah.
change it. I say Boris. you know,
Yeah.
and guess what? Then I send the text to him. Can
Yeah.
you imagine? He says, "Hey, boring." Sure.
Right.
So how advanced is AI right now?
Yeah, it's such a good question. So the more training you give the AI, the more advanced it will become, right? If it never heard the word Boris before, because the probability of Boris being a natural word is very low, boring seems to be more of a word that makes sense.
Yes,
So, but once you tell the AI the first time from your phone that Boris is an actual name, the
yes.
next time you type it, it will learn. So it is only advanced as you have to teach it. Like it's not going to take over the world type of AI. We need human to still be that person to connect that bridge or connect that gap.
Okay, so when you say you have to teach it, so you buy
Mhm.
a piece of software and you got to be saying things and they kind of learn from you.
Yeah, no, it's so you teach it by giving it examples. The way that what we're working on is by giving it examples. So if we want to, for an example, teach it to write a poem, like a
Hmm.
poetry letter, and we have to teach it how to rhyme, we would actually write some rhyme as an example. Violins are red, roses are blue, da 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 da. I love you, and
Yes.
then now that it has a some past examples, it's able to go based on that example it knows how to write the next poem. So
Mm.
you have to give it example, and the more examples you give, the more accurate it will become.
Okay, so let's go to a real world here. So in our small business network group, okay, all about the Bay,
Yeah,
most of the people that we have here are small businesses. Okay, you have contractors, we have painters, we got people like myself, people in real estate, right, and stuff like that.
yeah.
So How is this thing going to help a contractor, for example?
Yeah, so and I'm going to apply this to all of the service provider industry right now because they all will probably need to do the same thing. And
Right.
that one thing is advertise on Google, right?
Okay.
So no matter what you're providing a service for, you're going to need to improve your SEO.
Yes.
And unless you are, spending hours and hours writing blogs, coming up with stuff yourself, you're going to need something quick and to test, to
Right.
change up and everything like that. So the AI can help you create these content really fast.
Mm.
Let's say you need to come up with 10 Facebook ads and you need to come up with 10 caption or descriptions. So having an AI, giving it one example, and then saying, I need you to make 9 more ads that look
Mm.
similar to this.
Right.
So it's going to give you 9 ads in like less time than if you had do it yourself manually. So you can really get started with marketing and run your ads really quickly, kill the one that doesn't work, change it really quickly without having to feel like you need to come up with new content all the time.
So that'd be very good for small business players, right? Small businesses because they don't have manpower and they may not
Yeah,
have someone to write the copies and stuff like that. So basically,
right.
this will be good for them. And
Yeah.
like you say, you write one sample and there you go, different samples. Is there a way you can demonstrate that for us?
I can, but as of right now, we're in beta testing mode, so we
Okay.
cannot show it officially
Okay.
because I know you're going to post this on YouTube. So, but we will
Okay.
say this: if you go to our website, there is a
Yes.
waiting list that you can sign up for, and we're giving it out to the first 100 people who
Right.
signs up. So it'll be cost free.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So for sure, I'm going to
Yeah.
be part of those, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more. Okay, so let's say you're a real estate agent, and
Yeah.
you have a property that's coming up, So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, okay. Tell me, what's the advantage for a real estate agent, for example? Maybe some of them don't know how to write copies. I see some,
Yeah.
listings and they really suck. Not only are the pictures bad,
Right.
the grammar is so terrible and all that kind of stuff. So how does
Yeah.
that work?
So, yeah, the great thing about coming up with content creation AI is that you can apply it to so many things. There's so many creative ways to do it. The one example is coming up with a really nice eye capturing verbiage for real estate listings that will get
Yes.
people to want to read more about it. So what you do is you give it the same thing, an example of a really of a listing that you really like and how it's laid out and how
Hmm.
they write it, and then you would then give some outlines and facts of the listing that you want.
Right.
4 bedroom, 1 bathroom, single family house, and then you type it in and you generate the AI to create the content, and then it'll come up with 3 examples. It'll say in complete sentences, of exactly what you want. The square feet, the address, the cost, the house pricing, everything. So I don't know how many words you're
Right.
allowed to write, but let's say you need 500 words.
Hmm.
You literally just have to give it maybe 100 word instruction, and it'll come up with the rest of the 400 words.
Wow. Okay. And then you can
Yeah,
just edit if there are any mistakes, any errors.
exactly. Edit, proof, just to make sure that the numbers are correct, the years is correct, the pricing is correct, things like that.
So, okay, let's talk about social media because a lot of
Yeah,
what's happening right now. 'Cause yesterday, I was talking to somebody about websites versus web presence. Okay.
yeah,
I was talking about web presence is going towards social media right now. You see, when CNN when you talk to CNN or say CNN, I mean they have a website, but most times
yeah,
like, oh okay, the anchor doesn't say go to our website. They always say
yeah,
find us on Facebook.
yeah,
Okay, so social media is extremely important, and some of these for businesses, okay, small businesses might not have time to pay for web design and social media at the same time, so they
hmm
have a presence on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So how is that going to help people like that? Yeah,
yeah. So,
with the posting,
so
regular postings.
yeah, that directly it won't help because it's just like one part of it's like one part of your tool, right? But if
Yes,
you want to be like on social media, you want to have a really enticing website. I mean, all of it comes down to improving your SEO because you want to be visible. That's really what it is. you,
yes,
you do all these posting on social media because you want to be visible. You
Yes.
want to put all your blogging on your website and really have really good content because you want to be visible.
Right.
So the common denominator there is write the right keywords,
Right.
the right content, and then you use that tool that I just talked about, creating
Right.
nice content, and you just give it instruction to make sure that you say, hey, when you write these content, make sure you use the word mortgage company, real estate in San Jose. You use these keywords, and that's how it would kind of tie all in together.
That's interesting. So you're saying, right? So I can command the AI to do my content writing, but I can just instruct it. Okay, say, okay, whenever you write anything, before you post, okay, I mean, every content must contain these keywords. So
Yeah.
instead of you just sitting there and writing, which most people don't have the time to do or don't have the
Mm-hmm.
ability to do, you just
Mm-hmm.
order your software, and then the software will write that, and then use some other posting tools like Hootsuite to post. Is
Mm-hmm.
that what you say?
Correct. Exactly. So you would use all these different tools, and there are AIs that can automate these tools for you. That's
Yes.
not the AI that we're working on, but the AI that are out there, you can say when this happened, then do this, right? You can automate the workflow. So that's a different setup. What we basically just give you the content for that, so you can just plug it in and then that's pretty much almost like the last step or even the first step. Either you generate content at the beginning or you generate content at the end when you have that workflow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So
Yeah.
that's really amazing because that will help a lot of small businesses or even large
Yeah.
businesses, honestly,
Oh,
because
yeah.
content creation and consistent posting, or I can
Yeah.
help your organic searches and stuff. So are
Yeah.
you able to do this, okay, for the blogging as well, right? On your website?
Yes, you can. So you can, I mean, we're getting to the point where you can actually write a book with
Okay.
AI. But of course, there's an ethical dilemma to it. Uh, can you use AI to write your college essay? Is the big question. I think technically you can, but then how
Right.
do we find ways to safeguard that so that these students don't take advantage of the tool to do that? So there's a lot of, we're trying to figure out how to best self-regulate it.
Right.
But yeah, you can write blogs. You can write an entire essay, 10,000 words if you want to, as long as your prompt is clear and concise,
Yes.
and and everything seems to be good as you write as it's writing it, you're proofreading along the way, then I
Yes.
think you can do it. Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, that's just amazing stuff. I think this will help
Yeah.
a lot, small businesses and big businesses all together. All right. So, is there anything else you would like to add to how is this going to help small businesses, with our main audience?
Yeah. I think I want to emphasize that what we're working on isn't really to replace human resources or anything like that. And I tell this to my team all the time: is that it's a great starting point. So when you come up with like content, like a blog or something, the AI is going to write a starting point, but it's really the human or our job as marketers or writers to go in and proofread and elevate that so that
Yes.
it's ready for delivery. So you don't want to just deliver this raw
Oh yeah, I
to your
think so because I
customers.
mean, you showed me some examples.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to really proofread. You have to
Yeah.
proofread so that it doesn't. It just gives like you say, oh, sample copy, and it spits
Yeah.
out in 30 seconds. You don't want to
Yeah.
take that because there's a margin of error. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a great way, to help with productivity, especially content creation, because that's a
Yeah.
big thing for a lot of people, right? And but that's a good step. So where do you think the AI is right now? I mean, in terms of development, what's it? So on a scale of
Yeah.
1 to 10, 10 being like okay, excellent, it's stable and stuff like that. So where is AI today? AI technology.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's so much better than it was, I would say, even 2 years ago. I mean,
Mhm.
there are businesses that are using AI before it got this advanced. I mean, Netflix uses AI for recommending new movies. That's
Mhm.
an AI recommending, right?
Right.
Amazon does the same thing. So technically, a lot of businesses are already using machine learning AI, I
Right.
would say. What we're doing is trying to figure out more creative ways to do it. And I think it's advanced enough for what small businesses need. And but I think in maybe 10 years, maybe even 5 years, you're going to have like self-driving car, right? That's AI driven.
Yes.
That's AI data driven. So scale from 1 to 10, I mean, I would say we're at a 7, 8. It's pretty advanced. Yeah.
What kind of advantage do you think, you're part of, you just signed up with All About the Bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much
Yeah.
you know about the Bay? And I did explain to you the concept and what do you think?
Yeah, I'm very, very new to All About the Bay. I met Karen at another networking group, and she told me a little bit about it. And it feels like a niche group community, in the Bay Area, which is good because what I do really only focus on Bay Area clients or Bay Area businesses. So there is some synergy in between the two. But at this stage, I'm very new. I know as much as what you're telling me what it is now. And you guys have like an app where you guys can connect with each other very easily, and you interview all of your small businesses, prior to joining the All About the Bay group. So I know that it's a very, very niche community.
Right. Cool. All right. Was a pleasure having you on the show today, Mr. My.
Thank
My,
you.
your first name. What's your last name?
Yeah. It's Nguyen. My Nguyen.
Okay, I see. Okay, cool. It's a pleasure having you as part of the community as well. So looking forward to helping you grow your business.
Likewise. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Have a good day.
Okay, we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you know of any small business owners who would like to take advantage of our lively interviews, please ask them to contact us at service@allaboutthebay.org. And remember to subscribe to our channel as we post new interviews there weekly.